And speaking of art, I think that, and one of the things that I always write about and talk about is the value of our food, of our Latin food, because it takes so much work to make, but at the same time, you know, a lot of people, they see it as cheap food or food that, you know, you're not supposed to pay a premium for, but there's so much work and so much history, you know, as you're talking and you're telling these things, you know, from El Salvador that come into our food, or even ancestral food, because obviously corn comes from Central America. And what do you say to those people? It's like, oh, I don't want to pay, you know, $4 for a pupusa.
I think it's a shame. It's definitely a shame because, and I understand where it comes from in El Salvador. It is a very, very affordable food. You can probably feed a whole family of, you know, 6 with $5 worth of pupusas, if not less. They're very, very, very affordable over there. And it's kind of like finding a hot dog stand in New York City. They're kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, that's in El Salvador. The food cost is just very different in El Salvador.
So I tell people here when they're like, oh, an empanadilla for $5, and I was like, most of it goes to rent.
Yeah, yeah. And labor, and it's also, I can't imagine any restaurant in Washington, D.C. selling pupusas for $1 and being able to afford a decent wage for their employees.
Yeah.
It's just not
Sustainable.
possible. It's not sustainable. And it's an insult. It's like, why? I'm very okay with, you know, I admire Georgetown cupcakes, right? They've done an excellent job at marketing. Their cupcakes are delicious, and people are happy to pay, I don't know, what is it, $4.50?
A lot, yeah.
$4.50. I know a dozen is like $50.
Yeah.
And people line up for it. Why do I have to give away my food that me and my team put so much effort and work and sweat into this, you know, to our labor? Why can't we charge something that allows us to live comfortably?
Yeah, I agree.
Why? Why? And the same person who consumes this product is happy to pay the $50 at Georgetown cupcakes. Why do you refuse or complain about paying the same amount or a half of what Georgetown Cupcakes is charging for a pupusa?
I agree.
I won't say it's insulting anymore, because at this point I don't care. I feel like there are enough people who, little by little, people are understanding and respecting.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think, you know, doing videos like these or telling stories of the people that are doing this kind of food is very important, because
Absolutely.
if people don't see the work that goes behind the scenes, I think it's very easy to be like, oh, you know, when in El Salvador I used to pay $1 or whatever, but yeah.
To me, I'm very happy to see the popularity of pupusas growing, but I've seen non-Latino establishments charge $5 for pupusas, and the only reason why they even offer pupusas is because they have a Salvadoran person in their kitchen who showed them how to make it and prepares everything.
Yeah.
But because it's not a Latino establishment, they don't even hesitate to put a certain premium price on this item, and people pay for it.
Yeah.
That's insulting.
Yeah.
You know? So I am happy to see more people supporting or being understanding. And to those who don't or still criticize or just, I invite you to kind of
Try to make some pupusas.
Try to make some pupusas. And unfortunately, oftentimes it is like our own community who criticizes the price. And how about let's like cheer each other on, you know?
Yeah, I agree.